everyone, Ben Schmerler here. Thanks for tuning in for another DP Solutions Tech Tip. The last couple of months have been unlike anything we've experienced in the past. Whether you're a worker on an assembly line, a healthcare employee on the front lines, or a back office staffer, your job has undoubtedly changed. At the time of this recording, some states are even beginning to reopen. But what does that even mean? Here in Maryland, one of the things it means is that gatherings must be limited to no more than 10 people. So there's a good chance that even if you are open, many of your staff will still continue to work from home. In fact, some businesses have decided to keep some of the work from home changes in place indefinitely. And even with some restrictions being lifted, your staff probably has some concerns about their own risks in coming back to the office and what that will actually look like. So I'd like to offer you a few tips on adjusting to this new reality where your office environment may look quite different than it did before the pandemic. Tip number 1, reevaluate your technology. When the shutdowns happened, many businesses were forced to rapidly spin up a remote workplace as part of a disaster recovery plan when being in the office was no longer an option. Many were successful in creating core functionality for their team, but they probably would have done things a little differently if they were given more time for strategic planning. The next time you have a technology planning session, nothing should be out of bounds. You should be planning as if you don't know what other changes might be necessary down the road. Think about different scenarios that could arise and make a wish list of how you would like your processes to operate under those situations. Then work with your IT partner to come up with a realistic implementation plan to prioritize your goals and establish a practical timeline to make it happen. Tip number 2, don't stop using your collaboration tools. There's really no reason to stop having virtual meetings right now, and it's certainly safer from a health perspective. Collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams allow you to share your screen and keep group notes to track what goes on in your meetings. While obviously some interactions must happen in person, you should continue to take advantage of the digital communication and collaboration tools that are readily available to you as much as you can. You can do so much more with your tools if you challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone and do things a little differently. Tip number 3, be flexible. Before the pandemic, being in the office was like an escape from our personal lives. However, COVID-19 has merged our personal and work lives together. Lots of home workers are adjusting to their kids, spouses, and even sometimes their pets being around all the time, along with the distractions and interruptions that accompany them. That has required employers to adjust their expectations about how their staff works. I suggest you try to be flexible about the ways you work and the courtesies you extend to those you work with. And with the rise of hosted cloud solutions for many business tools, you should allow your team to work on items that aren't as time sensitive at a time that is convenient for them. Times are tough, and supporting one another is how we are all going to get through this. Even small actions can make a big impression in the future, and reasonable work from home policies can pay dividends for your work culture. What challenges do you anticipate in planning for a return to the office? What tips do you have for others planning to get back to work? Let me know in the comments section. And as always, stay vigilant, my friends.